guys, today's video is going to be on the Mcfarlane Digital Series Silver Age Dr. Fate 7-inch action figure. The retail price is around $28.99 and I did purchase this with my own money. This release is based off the DC Justice League of America, the Silver Age comics. This is the fourth Dr. Fate action figure Mcfarlane has released. Okay, so this is the front of the box, the side. There's the barcode if anybody needs it. The other side says Dr. Fate, DC, the Silver Age. And then there is the artwork on the back. Let's go ahead and open it up. At this point in the video, I would normally talk about the accessories that we get in a release, but there is nothing to talk about with this release. We got no extras at all, not even a pair of hands. The Injustice 2 Dr. Fate came with at least a flight stand, and he was $19.99 at the time of release. So, you know, times have changed and not for the better, in my opinion. What we did get is the digital collectible card here, the character card, and then this is the back. And then the standard Mcfarlane stand, and this one says Mcfarlane Toys Digital on it. Moving on to the figure, this body mold we've seen over and over. This is one of the most reused body molds that Mcfarlane has. Starting off at his helmet here. His helmet is bright yellow, and you can see his eyes there through the helmet holes, and they are outlined in black, and his eyes are a solid white. On the sides, you can see he has openings here where you can see his ear and part of his jawline inside of the face. He does have his molded collar here. His medallion here is attached to the collar piece here. It can, you know, lift up so it kind of just floats on top of the chest there. I think the medallion would have looked better if it had like a black outline around it. His typical shoulder pieces are missing. In the comic books, he does have a yellow ring that goes all the way around right here, kind of like where this butterfly joint is right here. It would go around that section. So he's not fully comic book accurate because he is missing those. He does have a black rectangle painted on his belt, which is the way it shows up in the comic book. And he does have molded glove tops here. You can see with a little bit of wrinkling there. And then here's the other one. For his hands, I'm a little bit disappointed in his hands because we have a fist here and then a trigger hand here, and I just don't understand why we're even getting a trigger hand at this point instead of another fist or an open hand. He is, you know, that would have made more sense with this figure. His body is very basic looking. It's very simple looking. Most of his costume is blue, except for his yellow boots and yellow gloves, diaper and collar, helmet and cape. His boots are also very simple looking. You know, no extra design or no texture or anything on it. His cape is a cloth goods cape. It's wired. It does have this seam sewed in at the bottom, so I was kind of hoping that it was done this way because there was an extra wire put in there, but it's not. The wires only run down on both sides of the cape, and these do feel like a pretty, you know, thick gauge of wire, something that doesn't feel like it's going to snap very easily. The shiny material, I'm not a fan when he uses this material because it can damage or snag really easily, like I've mentioned, you know, in videos previously. But he does have a substantial, you know, nice sized cape. It looks nice on the figure. He does have standard Mcfarlane articulation. So even with his helmet on, he can look down this far before the helmet, you know, hits this top part of the collar. He can look back just a little bit before it hits the collar again. He can do 360 with his arms. And he can lift his arms up this high. He has double jointed elbows. The standard Mcfarlane wrists. Although you cannot put them straight up in that 90-degree angle because it will hit that glove, the top of this glove. His leg can go that far forward, that far back. He does have double jointed knees. This is as far as it will go because the calf muscle hits the thigh. And he does have the standard Mcfarlane ankles and toe articulation. For upper torso, he can lean back this far, which looks pretty good. Not a large gap there either. He can lean forward this far. He does have upper torso. He's able to do 360 and as well as the waist. And he can also do the splits as well. And his head, even with the helmet on, it can go 360. So you do have some movement. You know, you can tilt it. It has more movement than I was expecting it to have because this helmet is so large and it's very long. I do understand why Mcfarlane charges more for these digital releases because he includes the digital collectible with it. As a physical toy collector, I would rather have physical accessories that I can actually see and use and display with my figure. I do think this is a very simple and plain looking figure. I think Mcfarlane could have elevated and made his release so much more interesting if he gave him some effects like hands with lightning bolts or an Ankh effect coming out like it shows in the comic. Or he could have done spell hands like in the Marvel Legends Doctor Strange and Constantine figures. They come with those cool looking spell hands. That would have been awesome with this figure too, like a version of that. With plain looking figures like this, you really need those effects and accessories to make it come to life. I wish he would have made the Silver Age figures into page puncher releases and given us a reprint of the comic books instead of giving us the NFTs. I think that would have been something great he could have put out. It's a missed opportunity. What do you guys think about this release? Let me know in the comments. That wraps up today's video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.